Squiggly line asks, do you have a PhD? Good question. The answer is no. I do not have a PhD, nor do I intend to get one. I have a bachelor's degree, and I just work, I just work. And luckily, we actually had a meeting about this. Some of the other chemists and I, and some of the managers and stuff, we had a meeting about this in my company about like what it's like to be a bachelor's level chemist. And if you're a bachelor's level chemist, are you hamstrung? Like, is there a ceiling that you can't reach over unless you like go on to get a master's or PhD? And the upshot of that meeting was no. Like, even if you're just a bachelor's level chemist and you don't have a PhD, like, you could work your way all the way up to management if you have the commensurate level of experience as somebody who has a PhD. So yeah, in my mind, it's not necessary. I don't want to work like 80, 90 hours a week in a lab just to get a stipend for, however many years until my project gets done. I want to enjoy these years of my life. I just turned 30, so I want to enjoy my early 30s. I want to enjoy my time spent with my 2-year-old daughter, and I want to enjoy my time spent with my almost newborn daughter. And to me, like, the pursuit of a PhD is for people who, like, that's their life. And chemistry, as much as I love it, it's just not my life as much as my family is, if that makes sense. Like, it's such a lower priority than my family. Like, my family, it's not even a close second, it's a distant second. Chemistry, career, this and that is a distant second. My family will always come first in my priority list. So yeah, I know that's a long answer for do I have a PhD or not, but yeah. So Twiggly Line says, okay, at least do an MSc. Yeah, I don't intend to. I don't really see the point. I make a decent amount of money at my job. My expenses are low. I kind of like, just where I'm at in my company right now, just working my way up from the bottom. Things are going pretty good. Elmer's Mind Game says, that's really refreshing to hear. Seems like being married to the job is all too common and expected. Yeah, I mean, some people enjoy being married to their job. Some people enjoy, their job. Some people enjoy living to work. There's two. I mean, obviously there's a whole spectrum of possibilities, but you have basically two extremes within that continuum. You have, I live to work, meaning, my job is my baby. I get up, I get off on it, I go there, I just do it. I work long hours, I travel, I work weekends and this and that. And then there's the other side of the coin where it's you work to live. You work so that you can make enough money and enough resources to afford to do the things that you like doing when you're not working. And I'm more toward the working to live side than I am toward the living to work side, because in my mind, family is the top priority. And if you think about it, from a purely biological sort of point of view, as animals, as biological organisms, our job is to propagate the species. Our job is to propagate our genetics into the next generation and beyond. And so, all of this stuff about, like career and success and money and this and that, it's kind of all bullshit. Well, maybe not so much money, because you need like resources to be able to raise your children and, propagate your genetics that way. But, all this like career and status and this and that is kind of all bullshit. Like from a biological point of view, it's like at the end of the day, biologically, our only objective is to make more people. And, I've made 2. One of them is going to be born in a couple of weeks. And that's it. Some people say 1 and done. For my wife and I, it's 2 and through. So we're gonna, have our little family of 4. Okay, 5 if you include the dog, and that's what it is. But yeah, family's so much more important than work, man. In my opinion. George Michael says you're the GOAT. I don't know about that. But I do appreciate the compliment. So thank you. So yeah, I don't really intend on furthering my education. I would think it would be cool though if I got enough support, if my channel blew up enough. I think it would be cool to like be a sort of a work from home dad. like a stay-at-home dad, and do my YouTube videos at the same time I'm raising my children. Like, I think that would be like an amazing thing. Like, that's the thing. Like, I don't even really need like a traditional career to feel fulfilled. Like, if my wife made like 6 figures at a job and she went out to work and earned 6 figures, I would happily be a stay-at-home dad. Like, I don't care about traditional like roles and stuff like that. Like, obviously, the woman, you know, has breast milk and the man doesn't. So that's kind of an innate sort of biological, difference between us. But like, outside of that, if my wife, like brought in a bunch of bread, then I don't need a career to be fulfilled. Like, I really just want to make sure my daughters are raised well, to think critically and all that stuff. Kanishka says, working to live, that's good, but where's the hunger for something new? I experience something new all the time. I used to have an infant, now I have a toddler, which comes with a whole new set of possibilities and challenges. So like, when you have kids, like, you don't even really have to like seek out something new, because just them getting older and experiencing new things, and having, like I said, it coming with its own unique set of experiences and observations and challenges. Like, something new is just perpetually happening all the time. Like, for instance, my daughter is like learning like new words every single day. Like, I mean, she's known the words for a long time, but she's like being able to say these new words like every day. It's crazy. Every time I come home from work, it's like, oh yeah, she can say a new word now. It's like, it just blows my mind. So craving something new, I mean, at home, there's something new happening all the time. And if you're talking about work, well, I mean, I'm always working on a new project, learning a new technique. I mean, even within the same job, like, you can still like, it's not like I used to work as an extraction technician where it was like literally the same all the time. I would go in, I would do the same shit. I was basically doing work that robots will be doing in a decade or less. And yeah, that job is so mindless, and you can feel your brain sort of decaying away, and you don't experience anything new. But in my current job, I get assigned to new projects all the time. And so I'm constantly switching it up and doing things that are new. So I reject the idea that I have to pursue a PhD or a master's degree just to experience something new. Because I get new stuff, new novelties sort of in my life all the time, either at work and especially at home with my kids. So, but I appreciate the question though. Really, really good question. Thank you. Thank you very much.